The presence of the Lord is heaven to us. More than anything, at such a time as this, we need to soak in the presence of God and find our peace and rest right there in His presence. Now, let's now have a look at the newspapers. We are going to be going through the Daily Nation, the Standard, and any other news that we may see crop up. So, welcome to the newspaper review.
All right, and we begin with the Standard on my end, and they go with the headline, Brute Force. That is the headline, and there is a picture there of an anti-riot police officer firing at protesters, and then there is a man who is seemingly on the road, and some demonstrators trying to help him, and they say that's the Standard. Once again, the government unleashed brute force on Kenyans exercising their democratic right to protest, sealing off the capital and major towns. The razor wire fences around state houses in Nairobi and Mombasa and the Houses of Parliament exposed a leadership so fearful of its citizens that it would rather confine them to their homes than hear their grievances. The police, now seemingly President Ruto's last line of defense, killed at least 10 Kenyans, adding to the mounting toll of innocent lives lost. This crackdown comes just days after The Economist warned that Ruto is taking Kenya to a dangerous place. And that story is extensively covered inside the Standard. And on the back page of the Standard, it's a pictorial pictures of what unfolded yesterday in some of the parts of the country, and they actually go with that. The headline they are using on the back page is scared government. So that is the situation, and police officers used everything they could find: razor wire, spike strips, boulders, and crime scene tape to block access to Nairobi's CBD, effectively paralyzing movement across the capital. That is what they said. And protest fear grips state as silent streets speak louder. And also yesterday, of course, we know in some of these regions, learning was disrupted in many schools and colleges around the country on Monday, following a lockdown by the government over plans to hold demonstrations on the 35th commemoration of Saba Saba. Now, also that a very unfortunate thing also unfolded yesterday, and this was in Kitengela, and we had goons actually storm a police, or rather a hospital, and Medics Union threatens to withdraw services after attack in Kitengela hospital. That was quite an unfortunate
attack in a hospital.
Imagine. And so they say goons stormed Kitengela hospital theater, disrupted a C-section, and dictated patients' care. That was unfolding yesterday in Kitengela. Quite unfortunate. And businesses remained closed in Kiambu County as police battled protesters, with Limuru and Kikuyu towns shutting down completely. And I can tell you yesterday, what are they called? Gunshots. We could hear the gunshot sounds all over. And I remember at some point we were trying as much as we could, because now even the kids kept asking, what is that? Those bangs, the tear gas canisters, every time. And we were trying now even to distract them, because again, the worst thing you can do is normalize such a thing, especially in the ears and the eyes of a child.
That's
because
true.
now they become sort of acclimatized to the environment and all.
Yeah.
And so when they were asking all those questions, you now try to tell them otherwise, assure them that everything was okay, and all. So quite a time we find ourselves in. And then business paralyzed as demos fever spreads in counties. Kisumu calm, they report. So that is also another one. And then NSC defies unrest, economic hardships to post huge rebound. That is in as far as the business side is concerned. And according to the police yesterday, and the Kenya National Human Rights Commission. Police reports 11 deaths and injuries in Sabasaba protests. That was what was being confirmed yesterday. And then we saw the former Prime Minister Raila Odinga come out yesterday to address the press, and he called for formation of national conclave to discuss grievances and see how the same can proceed. So it's a story that also is on inside the Standard. Then DPP, DCI ordered to present Gashagua's allies before court. There are some allies associated with Gashagua who have been arrested. Yesterday was the member of, was it the member of parliament of Manyata? He was also arrested yesterday. And then we see here the court ordering them to be presented in court. And then Kenya is facing a critical shortage of healthcare workers that threatens to derail the country's plan to deliver universal health coverage, according to a recent assessment by the World Health Organization. So you can read that as well. Heading to some of the county news, a 26 million shillings poultry slaughterhouse with the capacity to process 30,000 chickens daily will soon be established in Trans Nzoia County. So some good news there. And then Kilifi CEC for Health is seen here administering measles and typhoid vaccines during the campaign that is ongoing. So those are some of the stories that are being covered inside the Standard newspaper.
All right. And coming down to the Daily Nation, the top page here goes with the story Big Divide, and covering there is drop in affected counties. I see business as usual for Kenyans in many parts of the country, but metropolitan and Mount Kenya counties hit hardest by the protests. I also see there's a death and destruction. 11 people reported dead, as 10 injured, as business premises in some towns are looted and burned yet again. Police blockades. I see here security agencies seal off Nairobi CBD, block roads across the country, inconveniencing travelers and workers. And on the other side, I see Raila's prescription. ODM chief condemns police brutality, calls for intergenerational dialogue over burning issues to lead to a referendum. So that is the prescription here given by Raila Odinga, who has been quite silent. But, he is saying that, there needs to be a dialogue over the burning issues. But we still ask, will dialogue really give us the solution that we need? I think it's not even a matter of conversations now. It's a matter of what are the areas that these people are crying about? How about we fix them? It's as simple as that. True. We just do what is right, and there will be that great calm, so that next year we don't have to come back here again,
Yeah, it's unfortunate.
Yeah, and I see over 17 counties have reported protests, so there are hotspots that have also been listed there, the likes of Nairobi, of course, Kiambu, Kisii, Nakuru, Embu, Kajiado, Nyeri, Narok, Laikipia, Murang'a, Meru, Machakos, Kirinyaga, Uasin Gishu, Kakamega, Makueni, and also Nyandarua. Kisumu is there's a great calm in that area, and it's business as usual. But that is what we see being reported, and I believe that our main mandate is to keep praying for the nation and believe that God is going to change the situation, and just trusting that everything is going to work out just fine. But maybe lastly, just to look at other news that are also being reported here, the Daily Nation is Gashagua's liquor laws on opening hours and location bars declared illegal. I also see why fresh graduates face bleak tech jobs prospects. And also on the Daily Nation covered, City Hall targets billions in new revenue from building approvals, and that is what is being reported. I think the other day, the other thing that was making the headlines is the church that per se has been is being built within the state house. The response of the president is what shocked me, said that there was a Mabati church inside there, and he decided how about to build a luxurious 1.2 billion mega church that can hold up to 8,000 people. I think the question in the hearts of many is, who is the congregation? Who is going to be attending there? And we're still saying that he used his own money. So I think the question was, why was this money not used to build hospitals in those marginalized areas, or schools, or even a mission hospital that can actually help people and, provide the health care that is needed. And on top of that, saving lives. I would think that is more honorable.
Seems, but that's you thinking, but maybe their priorities.
No, my opinion at this point does not really matter. But that's the state of the nation. That's where we are. That's where we are as at now. And we just pray and hope that the next regime will bring change. That change that we so desire. We need peace, honestly. We need to be healed. So that's it. That's it for the Daily Nation on my end. I
was trying to see if we can get Taifa Leo today and get to see what they are reporting as well. This morning, they go with the headline Kifungo Jijini. That is what they are reporting this morning. Ilikuwa siku ya mshtuko, hasara na jinamizi baada ya raia kuzuiwa na polisi kuingia maeneo ya kazi na biashara. Nairobi, magari ya umma hayakuhudumu, waendao kwa miguu wakapekuliwa, huku kivuli cha ujambazi na uhuni kikitanda kote. Anga mtu mmoja aliuawa Kitengela na mwingine Olkalau, huku wengine wengi wakijeruhiwa, wakiwemo 5 Kisii waliofumwa kwa mishale. Serikali ilifaulu kuzima maandamano. Ukurasa wa 2, 3 na 4. Kindiki arai suluhu za amani si fujo, awahimiza raia waachane na ghasia na fujo zinazoandamana na maandamano. Na viongozi wa upinzani mitini siku ya Sabasaba, Gachagua, Kalonzo na Wamalwa hawajaungana na vijana kushiriki maandamano. Na kaunti za Nyanza za tulia, Sabasaba zabaki mtulivu, huku maandamano yakifanyika kwingineko nchini. That is what is being reported in the daily, the Taifa Leo rather. That is what is being reported. Looking at the Business Daily, in as far as the business news is concerned, shutdown hits 17 counties with 18 billion shillings daily GDP. So businesses closed as police barricade roads and streets. NSC defies protests, posts 18.2 billion shillings gain. So Nairobi was shut down yesterday after police barricaded streets and major roads to prevent protesters from gathering, even as scattered demonstrations disrupted business in 17 counties that on average generate a wealth of about 18 billion shillings daily. And so you can read that story and the breakdown of those counties and the losses that were reported yesterday on the front page of the Business Daily. And then Ranch Rangos stall Devki Tycoon's iron ore mine plan, and that is in Taita Taveta County. And the Central Bank of Kenya mopped up a cumulative 3.78 billion shillings in liquidity from the banking sector in the first half of the year. And so you can read that. It's on the Business Daily.
All right, and that's it for the newspaper review. Grab a copy of your favorite and also tune in to Hope FM, where we have news updates at the top of every hour. Right here at Hope TV, you can also tune in at 7 p.m. for Dira and 9 p.m. for Newswatch, just for more information and more of the news that are happening in our nation and also beyond. So let's now have a look at the video of the day, then we'll come back and talk about it.